Now in calculus you use the product rule to really just find out the derivative. The derivative whenever you multiply two or more functions together. Now the formula for product rule is basically just this: y dash equals uv dash plus vu dash. So whenever you find a y which has a u and a v, then you know that you need to use the product rule of this formula. Now we'll start out with an example here which will hopefully help you better understand the product rule. Say if f of x is x squared square root 3x minus 1, and they ask you find f dash x, you know, or you should know straight away that this is where you need to use the product rule, because you see a multiplication of x squared in square root 3x minus 1, and you know you need to use the product rule here. So how do we begin? We do, first of all, you have to denominate what u is and what v is. In this case, u would be x squared, the first term, and v would be square root 3x minus 1, the second term. Now to find the u dash or v dash, in u's case you can use the power rule or the chain rule, but personally I think the chain rule would be a bit of an overkill. But using the power rule you get 2x for u dash, and for v dash you simply get 3 over 2 3x minus 1 negative half. No enough space there, but one more thing, most of you would know about this, but just in case you don't, this is the same as saying 3x minus 1 half, because a square root basically means the power by half. And how I got here is by simply just using the chain rule. If you do not know how I actually got here, go back and check out my videos on how to use the chain rule, and you would know how I came to this answer here. Now that we found our u, v's, and u dash and v dash, all you need to do is simply just substitute the figures within this formula. So one more time I'll write it here: y dash equals uv dash plus vu dash, and y dash equals u, which we have found out to be x squared, v, which is v dash actually, which is 3 over 2 3x negative 1 with the power of negative half, plus 3x minus 1, which is the v, times u dash, which is simply 2x. Okay, and once you get to this, you should be able to come up with this: 3 over 2 x squared 3x minus 1 negative half plus 2x bracket 3x minus 1 half. And by most means this would be a perfectly fine answer. You don't not have to do anything else. However, if you really want to woo in the crowd, you could go an extra step here, which is entirely optional. I mean, you don't have to do it, and simplify it a little bit further. That would simply be f dash x equals 3x squared, where you have found that 3x negative 1 is negative the power half. That literally just means 2 from 3 over 2 square root 3x minus 1. And the reason this is below here is because whenever you have a negative half power, it literally means reciprocal, and you do square root on the bottom instead of the top. Then you add that with 2x square root 3x minus 1, which is actually a reciprocal. You have a 1 in the bottom as a denominator, so it's not just floating on thin air. After that, you would probably agree on this step with me, that you just multiply it to get the same reciprocal, the same denominator, and that will get you to this. And after solving all of that, you will get to 15x squared minus 4x over 2 square root 3x minus 1. And that is how you do the product rule. Thank you very much.